Science Root Monster Project. You may have noticed that science words are, well, unusually and maybe unnecessarily complicated sometimes. That's because the way that scientists name things, they can't just use whatever language they speak. There's kind of a common understanding among scientists that we name things using Greek and Latin language. So a lot of the stuff that scientific terms are named after comes from Greek and Latin. And here are just some examples of that. And we'll use this first page of your packet as kind of a cheat sheet to the rest of the packet. Let's take a look at a few of some of these together. We've got our colors, our numbers, some different body parts, location, size, types of organisms, and then just some other random ones. So red, rhodo, green, chloro, like if you've ever heard of chloroplasts or chlorophyll in plants. Numbers, 1, like unicorn, 1 horn. Or tri means 3, triceratops, 3 horns. We've got different body parts here. So maybe like cephalo means head. Maybe you've heard of cephalopod, like an octopus. Cephalo means head, and pod means foot. So octopus literally means head foot, because they don't really have a body. Their arms come out of their head. Hand is chir or shear, maybe like chiropractor who use their hands. Tooth, dent, like you go to the dentist. Okay, so the body parts. Location, a couple examples. Dors means back, like dorsal fin on a fish. Or post, like your posterior. Size, large, macro, small, micro, heavy, grav, like gravity. Types of organisms, we've got arachno is spider, like if you're scared of spiders, we might call that arachnophobia. Or dino means lizard, dinosaur. And then just some other random ones here. So read through all of these, just get comfortable with them, and then we'll get started on section 1. Let's see what we got. Section 1 says, you can use science root words to figure out the meaning of difficult science vocabulary. For this activity, you will need to match the science term with the correct definition by analyzing the roots found within each term. So, just a second, I've got an announcement. All right, let's do this first one together. Biology. Now, you probably know what biology means, but if you didn't, you could break this word apart. Bio and ology. And we can use this first page again as a cheat sheet. So, bio literally means, where is it? It's right here. It literally means life. What about ology? Ology is the study of, like you study life, or geology, the study of Earth. So, biology must just mean the study of life. And we can use this sheet to look up all of the words on this list. So, biology, the study of life. The answer here is F. And you can go through here, break these words apart, find the roots, and then you should be able to match them to a definition here. All right, section 2. Let's do the first one together again. The prefix herb means plants, and the suffix vor means to eat. So the word herbivore means what? It must mean something that eats plants. So anything that just eats only plants, we would call that an herbivore. So there you go. I give you your answer to number 16. Do the rest on your own. This is where it gets fun, and you can be kind of creative with this. So let's read the instructions with section 3. Use at least 5 science root words to create a unique science root monster. You must include the scientific name as well as the English translation of your root monster above your colored drawing. Scientific names are made of 2 words. The first word is always capitalized, and the second word is not capitalized. Scientific names are also in italics or underlined. The scientific name you give your monster must match your monster's characteristics and include the first 5 root words. For instance, the scientific name, and here's an example that they came up with, just to give you an idea of what we're talking about here. Cyanobioculo. Okay, here we go. Triceramelanopteromonstra. Now, if you break this apart, you would see that all of those are on the front page, and if you break it apart into English, it would be a blue, 2-eyed, 3-horned, black-winged monster. So you can really make whatever monster you want using any of these roots. And there's lots of different colors and body parts or numbers if they have wings or horns or whatever. or things sticking out of different locations on their body, or if it's big or small. Use this and be creative in the naming of your monster. Then you get to draw it here. So using the example that I just barely was able to speak, here's the example. So this is the Cyanobioculo Triceramelanoptero monstra, which literally means the blue, two-eyed, three-horned, black-winged monster. So have fun, be creative with this. I'm looking forward to seeing the drawings. All right, couple more parts of this activity. Here we are, section 4. Use at least 7 science root words to write a creative story that involves your root monster. Each science root must be underlined. The roots you choose must fit logically and should be used correctly within your story. So, tell us a story about your monster, your weird, crazy monster, using 7 science root words. And again, those words you would get from the first page of this packet. There's a lot of lines here. Don't feel like you need to go all the way to the bottom, but I would say at least go halfway. Tell a nice story about what's going on with your monster and the different things that he has, or she, or does, or, whatever. Last part, section 5. Directions. Complete each Frayer model by choosing 1 science root word. For each root, you must write the definition, draw a picture that illustrates the meaning of the root word, write examples of words that contain the root, and write a sentence that correctly uses one of the example words. This is the way we do vocabulary in class, so you should be pretty familiar with this. But choose 6 of your favorite roots here from the first page. And let's do let's just pick a random one. Well, we already talked about cephalopod. So cephalo literally means head. So I would write here the root word, cephalo. And if you find a root that you like and you really have no idea what word it could be used for, let's write the definition first. Then go to Google and just type in the root, cephalo, and then something might pop up like cephalopod is a type of animal. So we have all these different types of cephalopods. We could draw a picture of it then. Oh, where's my camera? There it is. You can draw a picture of whatever you find here or whatever. You could draw a picture of a head there, or you could draw a cephalopod. Examples would be a cephalopod, and then use it in a sentence somehow. And do that 6 times with 6 of the roots. That's pretty much it. On the back side is the rubric for how I'm going to grade it. There's 2 of them. I'm not sure why, but if you want to fill one out yourself to give me an idea of what you think you deserve, and then maybe I'll fill out the other one, that's okay. If not, I'll just fill out one of them.